Hi everyone, welcome back to Singapore Maths Academy. My name is Mahiuddin Ahmed. I am the founder of Singapore Maths Academy, and I'm going to take you through this 11 plus mini series video. If you don't know about Singapore Maths Academy just yet, we're a UK based maths tuition company which focuses just on maths. So you get specialized qualified teachers focusing only on maths and are very passionate about maths. Today's video is all about division and division when there's a remainder. What do we do? I'm going to take you through three different ways we can access and solve questions with remainders, and hopefully, depending on which year group you're in, you can use any of these methods. So let's jump onto the iPad and our whiteboard and see what we can do. So let's have a look at the first question. We're going to look at 5,608 divided by 6 using three different methods. The first one is having a remainder in the question. So let's see. 5,608, we would normally go through this using, let's say, a bust-up method, the formal method of using and dividing questions like this. 5,608 divided by 6. And how do I do this again? We're going to use short division just to make things a bit quicker. We're going to use short division and try to understand what's happening in each stage. So I've got 5,000s. I'm going to try to divide by 6. I know I can't divide that equally into 6 equal parts because there's less than 6 parts. So I'm going to transfer that 5,000 into the hundreds column. I've got 5,000. 1,000 is 10 hundreds. And so I've got 5,000. That's 5 times 10, 50 hundreds, right? I've already got 600 in there. So altogether now, I'm going to have 56 hundreds. That's going to make my life a bit easier, actually, because I know 6 times 10 is 60. 6 times 10 is 60. Therefore, if I take away another 6, 54. So there'll be, I can actually have 54 hundreds in this case. And I can divide that into 6. I'll have 9 there, right? 54 divided by 6 is 9. And I've got 200s remaining. 54, 55, and 56, right? I've got 200s remaining. So what do I do with those 200s? Those 200 go to the tens column. Well, I know that 10 tens is 100, so 200 must be 20 tens, right? I've got 0 tens here actually. So I'm going to put the 200s into the tens column, which is 20 tens. So 20 tens, 6, 12, 18. Oh, I can divide 20 by 6. That gives me 3. 2 remainder, but it's the tens column. 2 remainder means 20. 2 tens is 20. So I'm going to put the 20 here next to the ones. And now I've got 28 ones. 28 ones. What am I going to do with 28 ones? 6, 12, 18, 24. I know I can divide 24 by 6, which is 4. But that would give me 24. What do I do? 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I've got 4 remaining. So we can just write R4, which means remainder 4. So when we divide 5,608 by 6, we have 608 as our quotient, which is just a more technical word for saying the result of dividing two numbers. So the result of 5,608 divided by 6 is 934, which we call the quotient. And so we have, in this case, a remainder 4 though. So that must mean that means for us, what does that mean actually? What does that mean? That means for us, we've got 934 lots of 6s, which is 934 times 6, plus the 4 remainder gives us a total of 5,608. 5,608 is 934 in this case. 934 lots of 6s. So 934 times 6. Add the 4 remaining gives us 5,608. So that's one method, which is to write down the remainder. And in this case, a lot of questions ask you about remainders. Okay, how many remaining? So this is one method. Another method for us to use, 5,608 divided by 6, is leaving the answer as a fraction. So we know, if we look at this again, we know that 5,608 divided by 6 is 934. So let's do that again. 5,608 divided by 6 is 934. I think I said right. 934, yeah. 934. And we know there's 4 remaining. Okay. But that 4 can also be divided by 6. And we can write that down as 4 over 6 as a fraction. 4 over 6, we know we can also simplify. How do I simplify that? Do we know? Can you remember? 934, 4 over 6 can be simplified to 2 over 3. We can divide 4 by 2. We can divide 6 by 2. And we simplify to 2/3 in its simplest form. And so 934 and 2/3 is another way of writing down our quotient. Our answer is, for 5,608 divided by 6 is equal to 934 and 2/3. So that's another way of writing down the answer to this by using fractions, turning into a mixed number in this case. And our final method, method 3, would be to use decimals. How am I going to use decimals in this case? So similarly, we start from the same way, 5,608 divided by 6. And now I know we get the answer 930, I keep forgetting, 934. 934. But with that 4 remaining, 6 times 4 is 24. 4 remaining, instead of making it into a fraction, I'm going to put a decimal here. And I'm going to put a 0 here. And that 4 remaining, that's 4 ones remaining, remember? 4 ones are remaining. What is the next? What is this next column? Can you remember? That's the tenths column? Tens column? Which one is it? That's the tenths column, right? If there's 4 ones remaining, we know 1 whole is equal to 10 tenths, which is like this as a fraction. If there's 10 tenths remaining in 1 whole, 4 wholes would mean there are 4 times 10, 40 tenths. And that's written as 40 over 10. So that's why if I put a 4 here, it becomes 40, because this is the tenths column. And so we've got 40 tenths remaining. So I can divide 40 by 6, right? 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. That's going to be 6. And there's going to be 4 remaining again. And so I can continue to look at the hundredths column, but there's 4 remaining again. So if I divide the 40 by 6, it's going to be 6 again, and another 4 remaining. I can continue to do this, but we realize that it's going to be 6 recurring. So another way to write this down would be 5,608. 5,608 divided by 6 is equal to 934.6. And put a dot on top to show that means it's recurring. So that 6 goes on forever. Okay, so that's another way of looking at how to divide when there's a remainder. We can turn it into a fraction. That's a nice convenient way, like we've done here. We can leave it as a remainder if the question allows us to. But if there is a need to be more accurate, and as you get older in year 5 and year 6, you're going to need to figure out that I can turn it into a fraction, like in this case, or sometimes I can also use decimals, because that will be even more convenient for me for certain questions. And so I need to learn how to make sure I divide and leave the answer as a decimal as well. I hope this video helps you and helps you understand why we do what we do when we divide, whether it changes into a fraction, a mixed number, or a decimal. But hopefully you get a better understanding and you can attempt some questions your parents give you now. If you're a parent and you are looking for some tuition and you want some expert advice and support and help for your child, please make sure you give us a call or email us or visit our website or our Facebook page and find out more information. And I'm sure we will be more than willing to support your child preparing for the 11 plus and beyond. Take care, everyone. Bye.